Live video conference scheduled for 3 p.m. Eastern Time Toronto. The identities of the 10 people killed in a horrific van attack in Toronto this week will be released at a news conference Friday afternoon, according to Ontario's Office of the Chief Coroner. Authorities have so far not named any of those who died in Monday's incident, saying that identifying the victims would take time given the size of the crime scene and the scope of the probe. But other sources have identified some of the dead, who range in age from their 20s to their 90s and hailed from as far away as Jordan and South Korea. Watch-cam video reveals new details about the route the van attack driver took. Coroner's office spokeswoman Cheryl Mahir said the identities of those who died would be released at a news conference Friday, where police are also expected to provide an update on their investigation into the incident. The coroner made a commitment to release the names all at the same time, Mahir said. 14 people were also injured in Monday's incident, in which a van mounted a sidewalk along the city's bustling Yonge Street and ran into pedestrians in its path. Alec Manasjian, 25, of Richmond Hill, ONT, faces 10 counts of first-degree murder and 13 counts of attempted murder in connection with the incident. Police have said a 14th attempted murder charge is pending. The latest victim to be identified as University of Toronto student So-Hae Chung, whose death was confirmed by her high school's Alumni Association. Loreto Alumni Association President Maureen Harquail said Chung was a graduate of Loreto Abbey, an all-girls Catholic high school in northern Toronto. Another previously identified victim of the van attack, Anne-Marie D'Amico, was also an alum, Harquail said. This was a tragic and senseless event that resulted in the loss of two bright, young Loreto Abbey graduates, she said. We mourn their passing and will remember the impact that they had on us and on our community. Other victims include Chulman Eddie Kong, a chef at a downtown Toronto steakhouse, Renuka Amarasinga, a Toronto school board employee who was the sole caregiver for her 7-year-old child, and Betty Forsyth, believed to be in her 90s, who was described as a lively person who loved to feed animals on her walks through the neighborhood around the scene of the attack. More Toronto van attack. The cop who didn't shoot the victims also include Jordanian citizen Munir al-Najjar, who had recently traveled to the city to visit his son, D'Amico, an investment company worker with a love of volunteering, and Dorothy Sewell, an 80-year-old grandmother who was passionate about local sports. 2 unidentified Korean nationals and an unnamed student from Seneca College were also killed. A makeshift memorial paying tribute to those who lost their lives has been set up near the scene of the attack, with a growing number of candles, flowers and messages written in different languages. A vigil is planned at a nearby square for Sunday at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, a fund set up to help those affected by the attack has surpassed $1 million. The city said contributions to the Toronto Strong Fund are made up of personal and corporate donations. The horrific events of April 23 have shown the world how Toronto responds to tragedy, Mayor John Tory said in the statement. We are united in grief and the desire to support those affected by Monday's attack. Daniela Germano, The Canadian, press more about Toronto van attack.